What's going on, everyone? Earthfreak32 here. Sunday, 7 o'clock. Working on Colleen here. Friday, on the way out to fish, check engine light came on through the reader on it, and I was getting PO171. Had this code before about 2 months ago. Cleaned the mass airflow sensor and it went away. PO171 is bank 1 tooling. Obviously this is a 5-cylinder inline 5, so I only have one bank. But it came on again, and it can be one of two things. Well, the main things. It can either be a vacuum leak or mass airflow sensor. Those are very common ones on the Colorado. The vacuum leak could be from the resonator, it could be the PCV tube, or it could be one of the tubes is not seated correctly. But I figured it was going to be a pain in the ass to try and track down and replace all of those items separately, and still not have a truck that was running right by the end of it. So I decided to look up homemade DIY intakes, because this intake is not hard. The throttle body already faces the fender where the air filter is. It's just a matter of getting rid of it. So this is what I have. I have one tube here on the throttle body. This is 3-inch Schedule 40 conduit. I cut it basically in half, flipped the flared around. It was a 90. Filed it down, got it to fit, turned it into almost an S shape. Another boot, and then this is a mass airflow sensor mount. I got it from Advance. It was like $15. It comes with adapters to mount a variety of mass airflows on. But all the write-ups I saw online, people were keeping the stock airbox, which, as you see, the mount where the mass airflow goes is 2-inch. I didn't see the point of putting a 3-inch intake pipe from the throttle body to a 2-inch neck down where the air is. It just doesn't seem like a great way to add a whole lot of performance. Well, airflow. You're going to get some turbulence, especially coming through that narrow part. And then I just topped it off with a Spectre conical filter that's good from, it'll fit 3, 3.5, and 4-inch pipes. And then you have your PCV tube back here. Just comes down right here. It's a pretty tight fit, and then that's 3/4-inch heater hose, I believe. And then this tube goes from here down to this little thing. Honestly, have no idea what it is. I just know that it was attached to the resonator factory. On the factory resonator, it plugs in here. PCV plugs in right there. But I think I have like $65-ish in this setup. This is one of the hose barbs, 1/4-inch ID with a 1/4-inch thread on it, and then this is a 1/2 inch with a 1/2 inch thread on it. I just used the paddle bit, got them started, and then cranked them down with the with a socket. Probably need to go back and seal them up, but for now, it'll work. Schedule 40 PVC conduit does have a fairly thick wall, so it does have a few threads of seal on it. But I used to have a little hitch when I'd go from a start and accelerate. I would have a little bit of a pause in throttle response unless I just absolutely stomped on it. And I really don't like to. I just don't drive this truck like I used to drive my Volvo. This thing barely sees over 3,000 RPMs on average. But I took it out and messed around with it and didn't see that hitch whatsoever. So I'm thinking that's gotten rid of. Go ahead and close this hood because you don't need that anymore. And then I took the brake flanges and rear hubs to Al's work and put the sandblaster on them and clean them up. Have not painted them yet. Plan to, just haven't gotten around to it. And therefore, the Dana 60 right here in the rear end of this F250. And that will wrap up the brakes here in the back because I can put it all back together. Decided not to go with the disc brake because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this truck yet. I really want to keep the beast over there. I am looking for a Hydro Boost conversion from a Super Duty. And it runs off of power steering pressure instead of vacuum pressure. The hood's actually not looking terrible for a quick, cheap rattle can paint job. There are some spots that I need to hit with the wire wheel again and put a thicker coat on. They just didn't get enough the first time. Have a brand new radiator inside that will fit either one of these trucks. It's a Champion radiator, all aluminum, fully TIG welded. Really nice radiator. Not terribly expensive. A 2-row that will handle about like 400 horsepower or so is like $180. And when I say all aluminum, there is no plastic whatsoever on these radiators. Nothing on the outside. Just like the factory radiators were in these den sides. But mine is a 3-row. I ended up finding it used online. Well, used but new in box for the price of a 2-row. I don't need a 3-row in those, but I figure if I can spend the same money and get a 3-row, why not? And you know, because I do plan on doing something stupid with the trucks later on down the line. But yeah, just wanted to give you all a little update about where it is. That rim is demolished about 2 weeks ago. AJ and I were riding in his 1500 out in the National Forest coming back from somebody's house, and we ended up slinging a belt on his tire. And if you see it, that is pretty much a brand new spare. And I had it mounted the day before. It's on the original rim for my Colorado here. And we limped it back to my house, and we were like, we'll throw the spare on. It'll give you something to ride with for a day or two till we get paid and you can get a tire. Well, we didn't even think about the fact that they have big calipers on them. And so we just kind of zapped it down with the impact gun, and lo and behold, we punctured the rim, because that's a 15-inch rim, and I believe the smallest you can run on Silverados is a 16. So yeah, that tire's out of commission for the time being. Not a huge deal. It'll get fixed eventually. Well, actually, I have other rims. He's just gonna remount it on a different rim for me. But yeah, keep y'all updated on the intake from that junk. But yeah, y'all take it easy, and if y'all like margaritas but don't feel like making them, these things are actually pretty good. Picked it up at Walmart. I will say taste is a little off. What I do is take a good swig out of it and then pour a little tequila in, and I found that really helps it taste more like an actual margarita. Y'all take it easy. Don't have too much fun without me.